What's up, guys? Mechanics Garage coming at you. We're about to do the front brakes on the GTR. So we've already got the car sitting up on some wood, and then we're going to try to use our 3-ton jack here to find the jacking point under the center of the car to get this bad boy up in the air. All right, guys, we were going to try to use the center jacking point, but from the front, it is so far under the car, even with this low pro jack, I don't have enough room. So I probably should have bought some ramps instead of using these 2x4s so to get the car up high enough. But if you look, it's like that little hole right there that you're looking at. That's the center jacking point, and you see it's kind of behind where the wheel is. So we're going to use the side jacking points. Here's one of them here. This is on the driver's side. This piece right here is all steel. Should be one on the other side as well. So we're going to use this to jack the fronts up. We'll have to do one side at a time. We were hoping to put the whole car in here at once, but oh well, guess not. All right, so we got our jack in place, and looks like our lugs are 21 millimeter. So we're gonna go ahead and jack the car up on this side and take these wheels off and inspect our rotors. All right, we got our wheel off. We are inspecting our rotor. It's still got some good life left in it. Thankfully, the rotor actually looks pretty decent. It doesn't have any cracks in it. So from what I hear, and maybe just from racing on the track with these cars, that they'll start to crack where these holes are, these vent holes. But mine actually looks pretty good on this side. So thankfully we didn't have to buy these, because these are 2-piece rotors. This is like a hat that screws in to the rotor, and they're kind of expensive. They're about $300–400 each on the aftermarket. Who knows what they cost going to Nissan, because Nissan tries to strap you with the Nissan tax, or shall I say the GTR tax, when it comes to doing any work on these cars. So from what I see on most videos, this is a pretty straightforward process. You've got a pin on top and bottom that locks these in. You knock those pins out. That'll help to release the clip. You pop these clips out, and then you should be able to squeeze or slide these rotors, not rotors, but these brake pads. You should be able to push these out, which will help to compress your pistons inside your caliper, and they should be able to slide out. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a go here, see how it works for us. All right, guys, we pulled our 2 pins out. These pins were through here. Those you can just kind of tap them through with the punch. I got it halfway through, going this way with the punch, but then once I got it halfway through, I had to come around this side and tap it the rest of the way. That'll tap it through this clip. This is the top clip. This one goes under here. These were a little challenging to get off because as you can see, mine are a little cruddy, so I'm gonna have to make sure I clean these up a little bit and grease them. And then next you got to get these 2 pieces out. They've got 13 millimeter bolts that are on this side, so I just broke those loose and just use a little electric ratchet to get that out. Now to get these pins out, put another punch through here and push those all the way through. And then these you can kind of jimmy out of here. Like I said, they got a little crud on them, so we're gonna clean them up so they'll slide a little bit easier. Probably grease them up a little bit too. Yeah, you can see how my car is, I mean, it's coming through, but you know, got a little corrosion on it, so it's making it a little bit more difficult to get these bad boys out, as you can see. So we'll set these to the side. Now you can take a look at the pad. As you can see, we were about there. So time to go ahead and change them. So with these, we should be able to just push these bad boys back. I got a brake, one of those brake compressors. We'll see how easy it is to push them back. Right now I'm trying to see if I can just move it with my fingers, but we're gonna probably use our brake compressor to make sure those pistons are pushed in, and then we can get these pads out of here. All right, guys, we went ahead and compressed the pistons on these big old calipers. What we ended up doing was taking a C-clamp, put one end on here, and put a microfiber towel between the other side, and that allowed us to push it back. So now these pads just slide on out. See how big these bad boys are. And see, I still got some decent meat on here, but these are the original pads, which I believe are the original pads, or probably not because this car is not brand new. But these are those freaking race pads. And if you know anything about these things, they have to be up to temperature for them to grab really good. They grab pretty decent at normal low speeds. Only thing is at low speeds, these things scream. It'll sound like you need your brakes done every time you're driving around until they warm up, and people will be staring at you like, wow, this guy gonna do his brakes. So I said, when I got a chance and the weather got nice, we're gonna go ahead and knock out these pads. But you can see we still got plenty of meat left. All right, so over here on the table, we'll show you what we went with. Went with Speed by Design. These come recommended by a few people online, and some pretty good pads for everyday use. Here is the part number for them. Speed by Design, I believe they're a US company, even though the side of the box said made in China. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this box open and show you the new pads. You can see these bad boys are nice and chunky. All right, we got the package open. Again, you can see this is the old pad from the driver's side. This is the new pad, new thick boy. So we're gonna put these on here. Make sure you put some brake grease or something like that on the back of these bad boys. And we're gonna go ahead and slide these in. All right, as you can see, the old pads, those just slid on back in there. I mean, the new pads, I'm sorry. Those just slid on in. We cleaned off this this guide here, and we put some grease on it. As you can see, it's a little shinier now. We did the same thing with this clip, and now we just greased and cleaned this, or cleaned and greased this pin. So now this pin just goes back through here, and you just push down, and you push it all the way through. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the bottom guide, the clip, and the slide pin. And we'll show you how it's looking. All right, guys, we got both pins in. We got our nuts back on the end of the slides. We've torqued those down to spec. And now we've got some anti-seize we put on here, and we put it around the base of the hub too, on top of the rotor, because our wheel was a little stuck on there when we tried to get it off just from corrosion. You know, we're here in the Midwest. We get snow and rain and all kind of good stuff. But yeah, that's it. So that's the process. It's not difficult. It's something you can do. So we're gonna go ahead and put the wheel back on, put the car back on the block, and move the jack around and do the other side. Same thing, just in reverse. Yeah, so that's it. Not too bad. So check us out for more tips and tricks as we do more things to the GTR and other cars we're working on. And if you got any questions about one of the videos we got online, just hit us up. We'll hit you up on the next one. Peace.